Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to all of you to ZHANG and to the 10th Asian Evaluation Week. It's really a great pleasure to have all of you here, some very familiar faces, some new faces. A very warm welcome to all of you. So AEW first started in ZHANG, September 5th to 9th in 2016. But there's a little bit of a backstory. It was in 2015 at an Ideas conference in Bangkok that I believe one of the people behind this is here, Dr. Lee Cochin. So it was Dr. Lee and one of our beloved former colleagues, Farzana Ahmed, who had this wonderful conversation about the need to have a platform in the Asia Pacific where policymakers could speak with evaluators, exchange ideas, and build on them. So that is where this story started, 10 years ago. Before we proceed, a very quick question. Is there anybody here who has attended all 10 AEWs? Organizing committee not included? Okay, we'll relax the rules a bit. This is about a Lifetime Achievement Award for AEW. Anybody who's attended all 9? Veronique. So AEW Lifetime Achievement goes to Veronique. So we're very happy we've traveled a long way, grown strength to strength. We're very happy to also see that there are many other platforms of evaluations that have come up in the region, all with a specific core area, and it also shows the very great interest that there is in this area. Today there are 58 countries being represented. That's massive, from many, many organizations. And any guesses the maximum number of participants are from? I'll give that away. People's Republic of China. Close behind is another country. Any guesses? Philippines. And not once to be left behind, in number 3 is India. So, a very, very warm welcome to all of you, and we look forward to a fantastic 4 days. There'll be a lot of knowledge exchange, there'll be some fantastic trips. I hope you all have signed up for that. But before anything else, I'll invite DG Manny of the Independent Evaluation Department to come and formally welcome all of you.
Assistant Minister of Finance, Huihao, DG AFDI, Feng, ADB Vice President Roberta Casali, ADB Senate Director and Chair of the Development Effectiveness Committee, Vikas Sheel, distinguished friends and colleagues. Good morning, Huihao. Saleha had told me that I only have 7 minutes for this welcome, so I'm going to tell you 2 things in this welcoming remarks. First is why Xi'an? As Saleha mentioned, it's only fitting because this is our 10th anniversary and this is the city where AEW was launched. So that's great. But there's another more important reason why we chose to come to Xi'an again with our partners AFDI. Once the eastern gateway of the ancient Silk Road, Xi'an embodies a legacy of openness, cooperation, and scholarship. As Saleha mentioned, AEW has grown over the years and is now a trusted platform for regional dialogue, knowledge exchange, and collective reflection. And its journey mirrors the spirit of connection that defines this city. So for the next 4 days, Xi'an will be a global crossroads again, but happily this time for evaluation. Second thing I want to talk about is why the topic, navigating crises, building on success. Much has happened in the past 10 years. In September 2016, here in Xi'an, we were seemingly living in a different world. Global interaction was seen on balance as something positive. there was a shared acceptance of the need to cooperate, especially in addressing the needs of those being left behind. After all, it was just a year after the adoption of the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals, signed remarkably by all of the member states of the United Nations. A lot has changed since then. Global cooperation has lost some of its luster. And maybe partly because of this, the world has been buffeted by many crises. A pandemic unseen in over a century, natural disasters, geopolitical conflicts, and sadly, a retreat from internationalism. The development community has had to navigate through this turbulence. What has not changed is the need for evaluation. In fact, it might even be greater than ever before. In 2016, that was the year after the UN General Assembly had unanimously declared the year of evaluation to promote its use in forming public policy, especially to address the SDGs. This year's AEW will highlight how evaluation has played a vital role in helping the world navigate through these crises, helping institutions learn from disruption, adapt with purpose, and scale proven approaches for lasting impact. We will highlight the synergies between evidence and policy. In addition, the AEW will also highlight what we have learned as evaluators, because during these crises, we have ourselves had to adapt, especially in light of methodological and technological advances that have taken place. We are determined that we will heed the advice from a sage statesman who may, or maybe not, have said, "Never let a good crisis go to waste." That was Winston Churchill. This AEW will not happily be restricted to this hotel, lovely as it might be. We will also, for the first time, step out in the conference to help visualize how to build on our successes. Later this week, we will visit the ADB-supported Chinese government Shanxi Qinling Biodiversity Conservation and Demonstration Project, a powerful example of how integrated planning and community engagement can deliver both environmental and economic benefits. We will be briefed by both the operational staff who designed the project, as well as our evaluation staff who help validate the self-assessment of that project. In a sense, we'll be going for the proverbial soup to nuts in the parlance of gastronomy. Our validation of this successful project's completion report surfaced what worked and didn't, and harvested lessons to help build our database of development investments for lasting impact. In closing, let me again thank our co-host, the Ministry of Finance of China, and its Asia-Pacific Finance Development Institute, AFDI. China's continued interest in co-hosting AEW reflects its strong commitment to fostering regional dialogue, sharing knowledge, and advancing the use of evaluation for better development outcomes. I also want to extend my heartfelt thanks to my colleagues at ADB, of course, the resident mission in China for its continued support, but also my colleagues at the Independent Evaluation Department, or IED, for your hard work in preparing and conducting the proceedings here. But most importantly, I want to thank all of you, our participants, for taking the time to be here, some coming from very far away. As Saleha mentioned, when AEW started, people asked, why do we need another evaluation conference? After all, there are the Asian evaluation conferences hosted by others, as well as worldwide ones. And I think what then President Lee and our colleagues at ADB noticed was there were very few fora in which evaluators and policymakers got together. And that's why I'm so happy to have all of you here who are both evaluators as well as practitioners, those who are making policies and conducting the design and operation of projects, to have this conversation on how we can use evidence to build lasting impact. So, just as this AEW was born from a coffee break, use the sessions, but not only them, but also the breaks and our interactions over lunch and coffee to innovate, create, co-create, and learn from each other. Let us navigate the uncertainties together, build on our successes, and shape a future where evidence continues to matter. I want to wish you all a very productive week. 谢谢. Thank you.
Thank you, Manny. And now let's get on with the session. We're very privileged to have with us today Mr. Huihao, Assistant Minister, Ministry of Finance. May I please request you to please come out on the stage. May I also request Vice President for Finance and Risk Management, AFDI, Roberta Casali, to come on the stage and join the Assistant Minister. Mr. Vikas, Executive Director, Board of Directors, and also the Chairperson of ADB's Development Effectiveness Committee. And to moderate this session, I'd like to call on the stage Mr. Feng, Director General, Shanghai National Accounting Institute and Asia Pacific Finance Development Institute. So over to you, Mr. Feng.
感谢Emmanuel新民内司局长的介绍。尊敬的舒慧好部长助理，罗伯特·卡萨利副行长，维卡斯·舍勒执行董事，各位嘉宾、女士们、先生们，早上好！欢迎大家再次来到古丝绸之路起点陕西省西安市，共同参与由中华人民共和国财政部与亚洲开发银行联合发起，亚洲开发银行独立评价局与上海国家科技学院承办的2025亚洲评价周活动。2016年，我们在西安市举办了第1届亚洲评价周，期望能够为从事绩效评价的各界工作人士搭建起一个高效率的集中交流平台，推动亚洲乃至全球评价事业的繁荣与发展。如今10年过去了，当我们再次相聚在美丽的古城西安，亚洲评价周活动已经从一颗孕育区域评价协作希望的种子，长成了参天大树，成为亚洲绩效评价领域的一道亮丽风景。在这个夏末初秋的美好时节，为进一步促进绩效评价领域最新理论和经验的交流与分享，特别是积极展示亚洲各经济体绩效评价管理最新的理念与成就。2025年亚洲评价周与大家如约见面。今年评价周将以应对挑战、继往开来作为活动的主题，以鲜明的时代视角锚定了现阶段绩效评价工作的使命与方向。 在未来的4天里，与会各方将通过充分的思想碰撞与智慧交融，凝聚起关于强化绩效评价效能、协同破解发展难题的广泛共识，为助力全球经济在挑战中行稳致远贡献力量。朋友们，在亚洲评价周成长的10年历程中，始终离不开中华人民共和国财政部的大力支持和指导。今年恰逢亚洲评价周创立10周年，中国财政部舒慧好部长助理在百忙之中抽出时间莅临大会，参加活动的开幕式，并对活动表示祝贺。下面我非常荣幸地邀请舒慧好助理为亚洲评价周致辞，大家欢迎。
尊敬的各位嘉宾、女士们、先生们，大家上午好。由中国财政部与亚洲开发银行共同发起，亚洲开发银行独立评价局与上海国家会计学院联合承办的2025年亚洲评价周活动现在开幕。首先，我谨代表中国财政部向本届活动的顺利举办表示诚挚的祝贺，向来自世界各地的参会专家和代表表示热烈欢迎，向世界银行、新开发银行、经济合作与发展组织、国际农业发展基金、欧洲复兴开发银行、绿色气候基金、联合国有关机构等国际组织、区域内各国政府、学术机构对本次活动的大力支持，以及亚洲开发银行独立评价局等相关部门和机构所做的周到安排，表示衷心的感谢。亚洲评价周活动创立于2016年，是由中国财政部和亚洲开发银行共同发起的一项区域内绩效评价能力建设盛事。在各方的共同努力和推动下，今天亚洲评价周迎来了10周年生日，成为全球绩效评价领域能力建设发展进程中的一座里程碑。回望过去，亚洲评价周一直秉持打造亚洲地区乃至全世界一流的绩效评价领域能力建设和交流沟通平台这一初衷，集思广益，凝聚共识，努力推动各方进一步加深对绩效评价理论的理解和认识，促进绩效管理实践的发展和进步。随着覆盖面和影响力的持续扩大，这项活动已经成为区域内绩效评价知识分享和经验交流的重要品牌，在推动绩效评价的理论拓展、方法创新、结果运用等方面取得了丰硕成果，为全球提升公共治理效能、优化资源配置提供了智力支撑。站在10周年的新起点，亚洲评价周将继续肩负使命，深化务实合作，为构建更加科学、包容、高效的全球绩效评价体系贡献力量。女士们、先生们，近年来，中国政府坚持稳中求进工作总基调， 完整准确全面贯彻新发展理念，加快构建新发展格局，着力推动高质量发展。2025年国务院政府工作报告中明确提出，因地制宜发展新质生产力，加快建设现代化产业体系。中国财政部坚决贯彻中共中央、国务院决策部署，围绕新目标、新要求，坚持积极的财政政策适度加力，提质增效，有效落实存量政策，推动出台并扎扎实实实施一揽子增量政策，强化宏观政策协同，有力促进了经济高质量发展。为进一步提高预算管理质效，我们不断加强顶层设计，有序推进预算绩效管理实现全方位、全过程、全覆盖，初步形成了具有中国特色的预算绩效管理体系。我们也希望借此机会与各位专家、各位同仁加强经验交流，共同推动绩效管理事业更好发展。朋友们，当前世界100年未有之大变局加速演进，新一轮科技革命和产业革命深入发展，气候变化、环境保护、能源安全等领域面临着诸多挑战。我们只有准确识别、科学应变、主动求变，才能赢得优势，赢得主动，赢得未来。今年亚洲评价周的主题是围绕应对挑战，继往开来展开，高度契合各方需求，呼应时代议题，具有重要的现实意义，为持续提升资源利用效率，加快发展进程，推动实现更加强劲、绿色、健康的全球发展。借这个机会，我提出3点建议。第一，重视评价创新，推动绩效管理理念、工具和方法与时俱进。随着人类发展环境的日新月异，新的发展命题层出不穷。绩效评价作为一种新兴的公共管理工具，本身就呈现出内容不断更新、范围不断拓展的特点。因此，绩效管理的理念、工具和方法不能固步自封、墨守成规，应当顺势而为，积极做出改变和创新。第二，提升评价质量，充分挖掘绩效管理的作用。绩效管理工作的开展，不仅提高了公共支出的有效性，确保公共资源能够真正增加社会公众的福祉，同时也增加了公共支出的透明度，为行政问责提供了重要的依据。高质量的评价报告不仅为评价结果的应用奠定基础，也在某种程度上直接决定了绩效管理工作的成效和意义。第三，加强人才培养，提高评价从业人员的专业素质。绩效评价工作不仅要求从业人员对评价理论和技术熟练掌握，还要求其了解项目资金涉及的行业甚至整个国家的财政管理体制。这项工作的复杂性不可避免地会带来从业人员能力与经验不足、方法与体系不尽完善、结果应用不够充分等挑战，在一定程度上 影响了评价工作的有效性。因此，进一步加强专业人才培育，构建强有力的人才保障机制，就显得尤为重要。女士们、先生们，10年距力前行，10载春花秋实。值此亚洲评价周10周年之际，仅向多年来为亚洲评价周活动的开展，为绩效评价事业的进步倾注智慧的每一位参与者致敬。正是你们严谨的自学态度和渊博的理论知识，才让绩效评价在社会进步中彰显价值。正是你们跨越地域的深度合作，才使知识与经验凝聚成推动发展的蓬勃力量。最后，让我们共同祝贺亚洲评价周迎来10周年，期待在未来我们能够继续以能力建设为据，照亮全球绩效评价的前行之路。预祝本次活动取得圆满成功，祝大家在西安一切顺利。谢谢大家。
感谢苏助理的精彩致辞。苏助理对亚洲评价周活动的影响和作用给予了高度的评价，对未来活动的开展也寄予了殷切的期望，并提出3点倡议。相信与会的每一位同行都会备受鼓舞，这也将更加激励我们把亚洲评价周持续办下去，并努力把这项活动真正的办好，办出实效。再次感谢苏助理。朋友们，早在10年前，中国财政部的国际师、世界银行独立评价局、亚洲开发银行独立评价局以及亚太财经与发展中心联合创办了上海国际发展评价培训项目，为推动绩效评价能力建设贡献力量。正是在这个项目的基础上，我们又从2016年开始创办了亚洲评价周系列年度活动，为亚洲地区提供了一个分享绩效评价领域新进展、加强绩效评价能力建设的平台。一路走来，得益于各方的大力支持与精诚合作，亚洲评价周已经成为区域内发展评价能力建设的知名品牌。下面，我们用热烈的掌声欢迎亚洲评价周活动的联合发起方，也是我们重要的合作伙伴——亚洲开发银行副行长罗伯特·卡萨利女士致辞，大家欢迎。
Hello and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let me begin by warmly acknowledging Assistant Minister Sheel Huihao of the Ministry of Finance, People's Republic of China, ADB Executive Director Vikas Sheel, and all of you distinguished participants across the region. I would also like to thank our hosts, Director General Emmanuel Jimenez of ADB's Independent Evaluation Department and Director General Feng of Asia Pacific Finance and Development Institute for convening this important event. Today's event underscores the enduring value of the Asian Evaluation Week, as a platform for learning, dialogue, and supporting evidence-based development practice. This year's theme, Navigating Crisis, Building on Successes, couldn't be more timely. In today's development landscape, challenges are increasingly complex, interconnected, and fast-moving. This environment demands that we reflect on what has worked. We must build on those successes, and we must adapt with agility and insight to continue delivering impact where it's needed most. Let me share some context. Asia remains the world's fastest growing region. Developing Asia is projected to expand about 4.7% in 2025 versus roughly 2% for the rest of the world. But the outlook is clouded by rising trade policy uncertainty and volatile financing conditions. There is also the risk of market corrections, even as regional inflation stays relatively low. What does this mean? We have strong baseline growth, yes, but also intensifying headwinds. This means ADB must step up support now. We need counter-cyclical finance paired with measures to bolster trade and supply chain resilience. We need stronger country systems and greater regional cooperation and integration to help development member countries sustain momentum and build resilience. This is how we maximize scarce resources. In this context, independent evaluation is our anchor. Independent evaluation department's evidence shows what works in specific country contexts. It surfaces risk and complexity early in design. It supports mid-course correction, and it informs future strategies. So, our sovereign, non-sovereign, technical assistance and policy operations translate into measurable results. Learning from what works and adapting quickly is not just important. It's essential to delivering impact at scale for our developing member countries. As a strong believer in the power of evaluation to guide better decision, evaluation and risk management are two sides of the same coin. Evaluation shows what works. Risk management prepares us for what might not. Together, they help safeguard ADB's capital, prioritize resources where they matter most, and keep us resilient through uncertainty. When these functions work in synergy, we design better, we implement smarter, we achieve stronger results. For example, take Independent Evaluation Department's 2025 Annual Evaluation Review of ADB operations. It calls for better quality at entry as well as real-time monitoring, that enables course correction and clearer results tracking. This aligns with our conviction that integrating financial risk management considerations early makes operations more resilient, by design, not by accident. Over the next 2 days, Asian Evaluation Week's program will bring these connections to life. You will have sessions on using evidence to make better decisions where resources are tight. There will be discussions on translating evaluating insights into financial structuring and capital mobilization for climate priorities. And you will be picking up practical lessons on helping firms and markets stay resilient through shocks. The blend of plenaries, focused breakouts, and interactive exchanges is designed to close the loop between learning and practices. This gathering is all about turning insights into accountability and day-to-day operations. As we mark Asian Evaluation Week's 10th year, let me leave you with 2 challenges. First, embed the evidence upfront is in design, budgeting, and risk assessment, so resilience is built from the start. And second, fuse evaluation with capital and risk discipline. Act as one system, focus on client centricity and development impact. I look forward to the exchanges and insights that will help ADB and our partners deliver a more prosperous, inclusive, resilient, and sustainable Asia-Pacific. And I wish you all a most fruitful and productive event. Thank you.
感谢罗伯特·卡萨利女士的精彩支持。正如罗伯特·卡萨利副行长所提到的，亚洲评价周迎来10周年，这一重要时刻已然成为具有标志性意义的里程碑，充分彰显了该活动作为学习交流平台、对话沟通桥梁的持久价值。事实上，每一届亚洲评价周活动之所以能够顺利举办，都离不开亚洲开发银行给予的大力支持。我们再次感谢亚洲开发银行，感谢罗伯特·卡萨利副行长。接下来，让我们用热烈的掌声欢迎一直以来为亚洲评价周活动提供重要指导和支持的亚洲开发银行执行董事、发展成就委员会主席维卡斯·舍勒先生致辞，大家欢迎。
Good morning, distinguished guests. It's a privilege to join you at the 10th Asian Evaluation Week. Let me begin by acknowledging Assistant Minister Huihao of the Ministry of Finance, People's Republic of China, ADB Vice President, Finance and Risk Management, Roberta Casali, to our host, Director General Emmanuel of ADB's Independent Evaluation Department, and Director General Feng of the Asia Pacific Finance and Development Institute, AFDI, and all of you, leaders, practitioners, and experts who have gathered here from across the region and beyond. Your presence reflects the growing recognition of evaluation as a key driver of better development outcomes. I recently took on the role of the chair of the ADB's Development Effectiveness Committee. Throughout my career, whether leading the National Drinking Water Mission, the National Health Mission, or contributing to national strategies, I have seen firsthand how evaluation serves not only as a tool for accountability, but also as a catalyst for learning and improvement. Strong evaluation systems help us adapt, refine our approaches, and turn good intentions into lasting impacts. This is why platforms like AEW are so important. They bring together diverse voices to share experiences, challenge ideas, and learn from one another. Over the past decade, AEW has become a cornerstone for knowledge exchange and evidence-based decision-making. I commend IED for its leadership in making this possible. This year's theme, Navigating Crises, Building on Successes, is especially timely. Crises test our systems, but also reveal what works. Evaluation helps us identify those successes and scale them. At ADB, IED's evaluations play a critical role in refining strategies and ensuring that we remain responsive to the evolving needs of our clients. I look forward to the rich discussions ahead and to learning from all of you. Thank you for your commitment and to making evaluation a powerful force for development effectiveness. Thank you all.
感谢舍勒先生的精彩支持。刚才舍勒先生的发言，既包含了对绩效评价事业发展的深刻洞察，又充满了对区域合作发展的务实关切，让我们深受启发，更让我们对以评价助发展有了更加坚定的信心。再次感谢。同时，我想借此机会，对我们的亲密朋友、亚洲评价周活动一直以来的联合承办方亚洲开发银行独立评价局局长伊曼纽尔·西梅内斯先生表示衷心的感谢，向亚洲开发银行独立评价局各位同仁在活动中做出的卓越贡献致以诚挚的谢意。朋友们，刚才各位嘉宾从不同的视角出发，回顾了绩效评价工作取得的成果，展望了美好的未来，同时也对亚洲评价周活动的举办寄予了深切的期望。相信本届亚洲评价周定能不负这份厚望，成为一场凝聚共识、汇聚力量的思想盛宴和交流盛会。最后，让我们再次以热烈的掌声感谢苏慧好部长助理，感谢罗伯特·卡萨利副行长、维卡斯·舍勒执行董事的精彩致辞，也感谢伊曼纽尔·西梅内斯局长对本次活动主题和议程的介绍。现在，我宣布，2025亚洲评价周开幕式到此结束。接下来将进行中方主旨演讲环节。我邀请我的同事，上海国家会计学院院长卢斌先生担任中方主旨演讲环节的主持人。谢谢。
Thank you, DG ZHANG. And may I please request all of you to be on the stage? And Manny, you've been playing the truant. Can you join them on the stage too?